Welcome back to Clean with Kate, and we're on to baby step day 29. This is another really nice one. And again, it's another one, it's about taking care of you. I'll read you what FlyLady says. You've worked very hard this past month. Hopefully you have become familiar with our fly washing email system and you are seeing some progress in your home. FlyLady says, it took me 9 months of building my routines one habit at a time to get my home running on automatic pilot. Please do not beat yourself up over this. Anything you do today is better than it used to be. That's so true. Golly, one of the quotes I love, it's not actually a FlyLady quote, it's from a book that I read, it's about 1% better. So I like to look upon it that every day I'm getting 1% better. So whatever area of my life that I'm working on, I like to think I'm improving by 1%. And I think that's a really good way of looking at it, rather than expecting to be 100% better each day. I think what FlyLady is trying to say really is that although the baby steps will get you going, don't expect everything will be on autopilot after you finish the baby steps. You'll be a lot further along the way, and you'll probably be a lot better than when you started. But it will take time. You will need to keep looking at your control journal to remind you. You will have slip-ups, but we all do. Nobody's perfect. FlyLady hates the word perfect. We're all human, and we'll all have slip-ups, and we'll all forget to do things. But if you keep going with these routines, and you keep looking at your control journal, then it will start to become a habit. And once these things become habit, it's so much easier. You don't have to think about it, you just do it automatically. And that's mainly where I'm at. I would say that most of the routines, I've got them nailed. I don't even have to think about it. If I don't do my morning routine, I feel guilty. I feel like there's something wrong in the world. Occasionally, I'll take a morning off and I might do a very short morning routine. It doesn't happen very often. But occasionally I'll skip the shower and I might just get dressed and then go out. But generally, I don't like to skip I find if I skip the stages, then I feel a bit sort of, I feel better if I do my full morning routine. And particularly some of them are health things, like drinking my water. And those, I really don't want to skip those bits. I'm on my second pint today. Anyway, I'll just finish reading what she says. Oh, sun's gone in. She says, please do not beat yourself up over this. Anything you do today is better than it used to be. Celebrate each accomplishment and enjoy the process. I would say that is another key to the FlyLady system, is to enjoy the process. FlyLady has found a way of making housework fun. She has gamified housework. And I enjoy doing my housework. I enjoy doing the FlyLady system. It makes it fun. All the little things like the stickers, it just helps to make it fun. The other way you can make it fun is to join a group. There are lots of sort of groups on the internet you can join where people are doing the FlyLady system together. And that can really help to make it fun. So you're not doing it on your own, you're doing it with others. Or do it with a friend if you can get a friend to do, involved with doing the FlyLady system. A FlyLady, I think, has a Facebook group, and you can join in with others on there. All right. The sun has come in, hasn't it? So what else does she say? Before you know, you will be having more time for the things that you love to do. So the task for today, the baby step day 29, is to go to the Taking Care of You on the FlyLady website and find the weekly Pamper Mission. Read it, and then think about when you are going to fit it into your schedule. I would actually say I need a daily Pamper Mission. Once a week isn't enough for me. I need quite a lot of self-care. So say I've built quite a lot of self-care into my daily routines now. But it's good to have at least one thing a week on the calendar that you're really looking forward to. I think that's what she's trying to say. So whatever that is for you, whatever you really enjoy to do. A hobby or just meeting up with a friend, but it's always good to have something fun on the calendar to look forward to, or maybe going for a manicure or going to have your hair done, or whatever. It can be anything really, but just something you're looking forward to, something that you find fun. So you can get lots of ideas off FlyLady's website of things that you would regard as a Pamper Mission. But I think most of us know what we enjoy to do. So FlyLady says, write a list of all the things that you like to do for fun. So I've done it. And it was fun writing the list. So this is my list. This is very personal to me. Your list may look very different. So things I like to do for fun. To be fair, most of the things I like to do for fun mainly involve what I call vitamin G. And vitamin G is girl time, girl chat, girl films. So I like to go for a walk with a friend. I like to have coffee with a friend. I like to have lunch with a friend. You can see there's a pattern here. I like to watch comedy. Oh my goodness, I love comedy. I love watching comedy on television or Netflix. I love to work out actually. It's really important for me to make the time to work out because it really boosts my mood. But sometimes when you get busy, you don't always make time for it. But I love to work out. I mainly work out at home because it takes less time. I love to do yoga and Pilates, so I need to build that into my weekly routine. I love a chick flick. And I love a film night. I love a film night where you get popcorn. In fact, I've got a bag of popcorn ready for this weekend. So I love a chick flick. I've just got to find a good one to watch. If you've got any recommendations for good chick flicks or good comedies, I love to laugh. So that really makes me happy. Also, I love a shopping trip with a friend. Since I've been really concentrating on decluttering, I've found that I can now go shopping with a friend and not buy anything, which is a real breakthrough. I used to think, oh, I've got to buy something or it's a wasted trip, but now I just enjoy going for the experience of being with a friend and just having a fun girls trip and trying things on. And it's very rare that I actually come back with anything these days. I've become much more selective. Whoops, I think my shoelace is undone. I've become much more selective about what I buy since I've been focusing on decluttering. But you know what I love about a shopping trip? I get inspired. I'm just gonna have to pause while I do my shoelace up so I don't trip over. Bear with me. Oh my goodness, that's better. I do not like having an undone shoelace. It feels like I'm gonna fall over. Where was I? Oh, what I love about going on a shopping trip with a girlfriend is you can spend ages just looking and trying things on. Whereas if I go with my other half, I can't do that. It's like we're in and out of that shop so fast. My feet, I'm not allowed to try anything on. I just have to make really quick decisions. He does let me try stuff on, but you know what I mean. Going shopping with a girlfriend or girlfriends or daughters is just really fun. So what I use if I go shopping with a girlfriend, I use it to inspire me. I have a lot of clothes because I very rarely get rid of clothes. So what I'll do is if we go to a department store, a nice shop, have a look what they've got on sale. And I will often find, well, I've already got these clothes at home, but it gives you ideas about how to style them differently, different colours maybe that are in fashion. So I come home all fired up and inspired by the trip, and then I go shopping in my wardrobes and I think, oh yes, I'll put those two together. It just gives me ideas. It really inspires and fires me up. So although I'm trying not to I'm having a no buy January, I've pretty much achieved it apart from these, my little impulse buy. But I did buy these because I love them and they spark joy in me. They are the most beautiful artificial flowers I've ever seen, and they were a total bargain in TK Maxx. But I didn't come home with any clothes, so I'm really proud of myself. I came home with the items that I went to. I was buying some liquid soap for the cottage, and I came back with some artificial flowers, which weren't actually on my shopping list, but they were irresistible. Oh, and the other thing I came back with was a planner for work. Because TK Maxx is really good. You can get really good planners there at really reasonable price. And I've got the most fantastic planner for work because I hadn't bought my 2025 planner, but now I have. Anyway, that was a little digression. I love TK Maxx. I should put that on there actually. That is one of the things I love to do for fun. Do you know, I love a trip to TK Maxx, and I love the stationery aisle. That is my favourite aisle, but I have to ration myself now. Yesterday I went and I had to put things back. When I was in the stationery aisle, they actually had a planner for sale in a bright yellow and orange, and on the front of it was written progress, not perfection. And I picked it up and put it in my basket straight away. But actually, it wasn't really the sort of look I was looking for my work planner. My work planner, I wanted a really professional looking planner. I haven't actually got it here. Well, I'll show it you on another video. But this wasn't a professional. This looked like it was for a teenager or a child. It was a really bright orange and yellow planner. And I had it in my basket, and then I thought, that isn't actually what you want for work. You want a really professional looking planner. And you know, I put it back on the shelf. And if I hadn't been doing the baby steps and really focusing on decluttering, I probably would have brought that home. But I didn't need 2 planners. I needed 1 planner. And I had actually sneaked another one in, which I decided I was going to use as my FlyLady project planner. I do love a planner. But so I put stuff back, and before I got to the checkout, I looked at all the stuff in the trolley, and I thought, actually, some of that is impulse buys, and I didn't come for that, and I don't need it. I put some hand towels in there. And actually, I thought, I don't think I need hand towels. I just need to sort out my airing cupboard, because I suspect there are hand towels in there. We seem to have a shortage of them at the moment, because they're all in the laundry probably. But I realised I don't need new hand towels, and I put those back as well. So it's been a really good discipline working through this. But I do love a trip to TK Maxx, but I just have to, I just have to watch myself in TK Maxx that I don't put too many things in the trolley. But I've nailed going into the city for a shopping trip with a friend. I've now actually done that several times now over the last 6 to 12 months while I've been focusing on decluttering, and I haven't actually bought anything. I've come home having spent nothing, but I've had a wonderful time with my friends, and we've had lunch out, and it's just been really luxurious spending time together. What else is on my list? I'll just show you. So flowers is on my list. I absolutely love flowers. So in summer, I cut flowers out of the garden and arrange them in jugs or vases. And in winter, I tend to predominantly have artificial flowers. And also, I love spring bulbs. So I've got pots of spring bulbs all around the house at the moment. Because those are a really good buy, because if you buy ones that are hardy, you can then plant them out in the garden when you've finished, or if you haven't got an outside space, you could put them in planters if you've got a place for a planter outside. But if you've got no outside space at all, you can always give them to a friend. Any friend with a garden is usually very grateful if you give them bulbs that you've finished with to plant in their garden, because then they'll come up year after year and they can be enjoyed for years to come. What else is on my list? Oh my goodness, this is a funny one. I love working with a friend. So I've got a friend that I quite often work with, and we have such fun. And it turns what might be a rather mundane task. We can work on a similar area, and it turns it into a really fun activity. So we might go to a coffee shop and work together. It's really one of those things you wouldn't think it would be fun, but it's such good fun. Also, I like lunch. I like to go out for lunch. So I love going out for lunch by DH. That's short for Dear Husband in FlyLady speak. I love a trip to the beach. I love a trip to a garden centre. I love in the summer to visit a beautiful garden. So I love going to open gardens or going to stately homes that have got really good gardens, or even just visiting friends' gardens. It sparks joy in me. I love greenery and flowers. And the other thing I absolutely love to do is I love to go to an antiques fair or an antique shop. I'm absolutely passionate about antiques. So that's another one, but again, I have to be careful not to come home with too many items. In fact, myself and my husband, we love antique fairs so much, and we love vintage china and antique china so much. We had to actually start a business selling vintage and antique china because we had so much of it. So my husband now does that as a sort of side business. He sells vintage and antique china. I'll pop the link to his website and his YouTube channel in the comments. Anyway, that's my list of things that I love to do for fun. Yours will look very different. I like to take my dogs training as well. I should write that on. I love doing stuff with my puppies. That's really good fun. So yeah, going anywhere with the puppies is always an adventure. But your list is very personal to you. It won't necessarily look the same as mine, but write your own list. Just writing the list and thinking about these things is a fun activity. I really enjoyed doing it. Right, so make your list of things that you like to do for fun. It's very personal to you. So FlyLady says, schedule yourself some you time on your calendar because you deserve it. If you don't schedule these things, they quite often don't happen because people are busy. So if I want to arrange to go with a friend and do something, I usually have to book it in advance. Usually only a week or two, because I don't like to book things too far in advance. But some friends, if they're very busy, you may have to book them 5 or 6 weeks in advance, as has happened to me recently. But you know, it's good to have stuff on the calendar to look forward to. So I've got a hair appointment on the calendar for next week that I'm looking forward to. I love the hairdresser. We always have a really lovely girly chat. So it's a fun activity, as well as I get my hair cut. So it's a win-win. Anyway, let's run through what you're supposed to be doing as your morning routine, your afternoon routine, and your before bed routine. So your morning routine is get up and make your bed. Get dressed to lace up shoes, do your hair and face. Swish and swipe your bathroom. Eat breakfast, drink water and take meds and vitamins. That's if you eat breakfast. I don't, but I take my vitamins at lunchtime when I remember. Recognise negative voices in your head and change them. Reboot your laundry. What's for dinner? Put out your hotspots for 2 minutes. Do a 5-minute room rescue in any room in the house. Set your timer for 5 minutes and go. And stop when the timer goes off. Spend 15 minutes decluttering each day, or even just 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be 15 minutes, as long as you do something that's moving you forward and getting some of the clutter out of the house. The other thing is not to bring so much in. Look at your control journal, your post-it notes to remind you. Read your FlyLady emails as a reward for doing your morning routine, and then delete the emails. Afternoon, otherwise your inbox is going to become so cluttered. I need to do this because I've subscribed to the emails, but I do need to go through and delete them now. Afternoon routine, eat lunch and drink your water. I've actually put on mine, eat a healthy lunch. Take a few minutes to relax. That's a new one, that's from yesterday. I set a timer actually now for 15 minutes and actually just relax for 15 minutes. Read or just do nothing. Give yourself permission just to do nothing, or go outside, get some fresh air. I like to take the dogs in the garden and just see what's happening in the garden. Or last week I'd be going in the conservatory, which has been fun. Start dinner or think what's for dinner, and remember the side dishes. Remember the veggies, because we're looking after ourselves. And the before bed routine, or the evening routine, I prefer to call it my evening routine. Keep your sink shining, lay out your clothes for tomorrow, put in a load of laundry or run the dishwasher, check the calendar for tomorrow's dinner, pull anything out of the freezer that you need for the dinner, put out one hotspot, drink your water and take any medications that you need to take, look at your control journal checklist, and then time for bed. Make sure you go to bed at a decent hour. Whatever you've decided is your bedtime. If you're say you're very, very late to bed and you're trying to move it back, sometimes it's best to move it back slowly. So for example, when I started getting up really early, I'm definitely one of the 5 a.m. club. I did it gradually. I think if I tried to do it straight away, I would have felt physically ill. But I did it very, very gradually. So if you're trying to put your bedtime earlier, I would move it back maybe by 15 minutes each day. And if that's too much, then take it slower. Move it back by 15 minutes every few days. I think if you try and move your bedtime, say from midnight till 10, your body won't know what's going on. And you'll lie there tossing and turning for 2 hours, and then before you fall asleep, our body gets used to what time we get up and what time we go to bed. And mine's very fixed now. I'm in a kind of fixed routine of waking up really early, but then going to bed quite early as well. And so that I get between 7 and 8 hours sleep most nights. And I sleep really well. Once I'm asleep, I stay asleep till about 4 a.m. and then I'm wide awake. But it does mean I have to go to bed quite early. But I like that. I'm very much a morning person. So I do wake up early. So if you're trying to get at your bedtime back, I say do it gradually. I think your body will take time to adjust to it, but it will adjust. And you'll find that you start to wake up earlier. If you're having difficulty waking up in the morning, I wake up naturally. I don't need to use an alarm clock. I only use an alarm clock now if I have a strict appointment, because you can guarantee that on the day that you have an appointment, you will sleep in, won't you? It's almost like your body just wants to have a laugh at you. So they're the only time I ever set an alarm now is if I have an appointment. Like, for example, we were meeting friends last week for a 7:30 a.m. walk. A sunrise walk, and oh my goodness, it was worth getting up for. And I did actually set an alarm because I thought it's just guaranteed that on that one day I won't wake up at my normal time. But actually I didn't need to worry. I did wake up early as usual, and you know, it was fabulous having a walk at sunrise. When she first mentioned it, I thought, oh, I'm not sure about that, it's going to be pitch black. But do you know, it was absolutely wonderful. We were literally walking as the sun came up, and it was spectacular. We went to a local park, so we saw the sunrise over a lake, and it was an incredible experience. I can highly recommend it. And you know, because it's not something we normally do, I was really excited. As we were going there, I was so excited to be doing something different. And it's amazing, isn't it? Just pushing yourself out your comfort zone was my initial reaction. I say when she suggested it was, ooh, really? You think that's a good idea? Won't it be awfully dark? But she was right, it was fantastic. Anyway, what else does FlyLady say? Right, FlyLady says, here's a FlyLady tip. I think we've done the bedtime one, haven't we? We have. FlyLady said, when was the last time you actually played? It is time for you to do something fun for yourself. Do you know what that is? Have you forgotten what you love to do? Sit down right now and think about the things that you enjoy doing. Write them down in your control journal. So do a list like this. I've done a whole sheet of them. I could probably keep going. I could probably write myself 3 sheets, but I think one's enough to be going on with. Write them down in your control journal. Flying is fun. FlyLady is fun. This is the whole point. It is fun to do FlyLady. Set a time aside, a little time each week to play. All work and no play makes us crash and burn. FlyLady. Oh, I'm going to write that in my inspirational quotes. I like that quote. And that is so true, isn't it? We all need to reconnect with our inner child and have fun, because otherwise life can start to seem rather dull and drudgery. And life is wonderful. So we need to enjoy it. We need to have more fun and not feel like we're constantly just doing housework and that we're slaves to our homes and our work. We need to get out and have fun. And sometimes getting out into the real world is the most fun. And getting away, I find that often getting away from the home is really fun. And then you have a complete break and then you come home and you feel re-energized. It's like having the fun is like recharging your battery. So it's as if you're a mobile phone and you're depleted, your battery's run out and you need to plug yourself in and recharge. So the last couple of baby steps we've been doing, yesterday's and today, are both about self-care and recharging your battery. Because you can't, if your battery is depleted, you can't give your best and you can't enjoy life as you should. Anyway, I hope you're finding these tips helpful. My interpretation of the FlyLady 31 baby steps, I can't believe we're nearly there. Oh my goodness. This is so surprising. We've only got 2 more baby steps now to do. Anyway, thank you for joining me. If you have any feedback or comments, pop them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you, or any tips of things that you love to do. I'm always looking for new ideas for things to do. I used to love to play badminton. I'd like to get back into badminton if my shoulder will let me. So maybe that should be something for me to do in 2025. Anyway, let me know what you're planning to do for fun. Thank you for watching. If you're enjoying the videos, please do like, comment and subscribe. It's really appreciated. Bye for now.